stacked together, you kind of align yourself to at least one kind of combo, and then you're always on the search for like what's next, you know, to diversify your pool. So for this team, this feels like one of their better combos, and we've seen them already run it in this qualifier before. The question is, are they going to round it out? I think the last time they had like a Beastmaster, they had ways to like put early pressure on the map. The Beastmaster is actually banned out from themselves, so they're going to have to try and find that kind of map pressure, because if they go full cooldowns, then they might have issues. But Bait's response feels a bit like obvious in terms of like pick Venge to get swap out of Chrono.
It just doesn't seem, when you look at the Phoenix Void,
Yeah.
it's like, that's nice. It's a simple, it's well prepared sushi, you know? It's just rice and a little piece of tuna, but it's like, damn, that's good.
Wasabi
Looks
optional.
good, it's delicious. It's Venge Snapfire is sort of like
A lingering
cream
fart.
cheese on toast.
Oh,
What?
I said a lingering fart. It just ain't good.
We're not playing Cards Against Humanity.
That's true.
We're talking about drafts, comparing them to
We're
food.
talking about drafts, cream cheese. But either way, what we're trying to say in the simplest form possible, it just isn't that good in comparison, you know. The 2 on the 2, yeah. I'm trying to help you, Carl, man. I'm just...
I got nothing. No comment.
Boys,
Just disapproving nods.
This panel has become one of those things which we will later come to regret. But I'm most impressed that Carl is still awake.
I live my life with no regrets, Banks. Except
I'm enjoying
for
this
all
so far.
the ones I just brought up.
I'm about to say, all of it was for your playing career,
Yeah, you're
Carl.
not clean
Yep.
onto that one, are you?
I will say, you should regret the things you did, not the things you didn't do. Those are the worst ones. Now, if we were to get into my personal life, there's definitely some regrets.
Oh, say
there.
again, regret the things you did, not that the things you didn't do.
No. Well, I mean, it means just do, like, take the chance, you know, make
Okay.
Take risk.
I'm with
make
that.
the move.
Yeah.
Better to screw up than to not take a chance and then
Yeah, shoot your shot.
ultimately, better to fail, because then at least you have closure. It's like, well, it didn't work out. Not, oh, but it might have.
What if? That kind of thing. I get you. I get you.
I don't believe in what ifs, only if thens.
Just keep
You're
looking
not
at
about
Banks.
the Boolean? No?
No, I'm just looking at Banks waiting for the response, or at least another question. This is kind of your spot, and where you
We're in the
have to-
bands, it's
Yeah,
fine.
You can talk about and do your job, you know, Tigo. It's one thing.
How is it somehow good?
Advisor.
Yeah, so draft-wise, pretty darn,
Vizier. Vizier. It's like an advisor, but I'm like Jafar
Okay.
in Aladdin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is that what it is in Greek mythology?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I just
It's
thought
just
you
a
were...
fancy word.
Ah,
It just sounds better.
it does, yeah.
Like, you can be my vizier. I think
Vizier.
I'll Google it on my handy dandy
please.
iPad.
Tigo of the Vizier.
Sure.
That actually works.
Might need a
Much
costume
better.
change though, right?
No, you're still staying like you are.
Okay.
We might add some more bling to you, you know.
Dude, I have none today.
No,
Like,
yeah, you,
none.
Yeah.
you're in the greatness of Kyle
Can I get
and
the
Liz.
correct exact definition, please?
A high official, especially in Turkey under Ottoman rule.
Yeah, yeah. Sure,
Legion
sounds pretty good.
Commander.
Oh, Legion Commander from Bay. Oof. So in terms of the theory of this pick, it's going to be pretty okay in lane against the Void. You've always got the very obvious goal, which is just duel the Void, lay it with Mortimer's Kisses, and you're going to most likely deal with him early on. The question is, Bay still don't lack good team fight, so...
It's the same as the first draft, except this time they're not going to have a Terrorblade to bust out. And it's once again very, like their draft is shoop, very single target.
Blinkers,
divide,
just focus.
Get that guy.
Yeah.
And ultimately, I'm just not a huge fan, especially when you consider how AoE heavy this lineup for 5 men already is.
Like if 5 men just find like one way to wave clear, one way to save, then I think their draft already is like pretty superior. The question is like where do they go with it? Because if you go for like the Oracle, then your laning phase is gonna be pretty weak, but your mid game strong. If like Shadow Demon isn't here anymore, really, like there's kind of a weird list. Like is Tree still in the pool? Yeah, you could still go for that. Instead, they just go for an Ogre, and that basically puts the lane as. Legion are going to come to lane, but you're going to have to bully our Ogre. If you somehow kill Ogre...
Doesn't he just go like 7 mangoes and just hit you? Is that the strat?
You can go for like Oof, double tango salve, ship out 2 mangoes after bounties, just so that you have obviously the the melee value. Or you can just go for like casual aura and with more regen. But I think UV is pretty fine, especially because you have like this snapfire. It's like you don't really care about the early damage per se.
Who won the coin toss for this one?
What's my phone up, mate? Let me have a look.
The thing about the Ogre that's nice is it's similar to the ET, and it's similar to the Venge, not the Venge we saw with Void, but it's a nice steroid for the Void, which is really helpful, and it's also really nice because it gives the improved attack speed. It's the same reason I really like the Midas. So Void, just by getting Bloodlusted, becomes way more of a threat without the ultimate. That's the key. And if you're a threat without ulti and you can hold it, huh?
It's a steroid.
I said that already.
Damn, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Go back to your phone. You're in timeout.
Yeah, so basically...
They picked Lifestealer into Void?
Please, man. I looked at it and I just didn't want to see it. Like
it's not...
T-Gavi pretended it didn't exist.
Did they change the hero dramatically? And like, I'm wrong about everything?
Yeah, so Rage is now for the entire team. Everyone gets a BKB. No changes. So pretty much it's... I'm not a fan of it. It's one of those things where they're basically playing for the vessel of Legion jumping in, and they're just going to completely blow up the Void before the fight starts, and then 5 men are going to be lost. Quickly touching on the coin flip.
Don't you just
bait one game. What's that? Game one, bait one, game 3 coin flip, and chose second pick. And both teams have always wanted to fight for second pick in this. So bait are in like the driving seat for draft preference.
I think. Okay, they go for mag.
This is like one very enabled Void. So
yes,
it's going to be very scary, and I think. If you look at this lineup without like the Ogre Mag, then it's like, okay, cool. Let's say they had just a weaker 5 and an active mid. Then you could say, okay, Bait have a really nice way of playing this out. But the fact that your timings with Ogre Mag are pretty much brought back 10 minutes, so it's a lot earlier. It's so scary for this lifesteal to feel good.
You have to be an item ahead the entire game because your Rage is ineffective. It can be RP'd, it can be chronoed, and you're still going to get stunned through it by the egg. So it's just tough. And it's still all single target. This entire draft lineup, with the exception of Snapfire Alt, is just...
It's very reminiscent for what you guys are saying, at least in how Bait draft is looking really bad, but it was the same game that they won.
There's a difference. So the thing is, in the first game, the flaws were there, but they had such a powerful combo thanks to the Slaughter and the Terrorblade, where you have... It's just too much damage.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's somewhat single target, but it gets to a point where the TB is just a turret.
He's just winning.
And yeah, you can only hit one of you at a time, but nothing can come in range. It's a Gatling gun. This case, you have a Lifestealer. It's a completely different carry concept, and you don't really take off and hit this timing where it's like, oh shit, you know, Yamato cannon, battle cruisers are live. This doesn't really happen.
I appreciate that.
I just realized 5 men have this drafting style where they're picking a offlane / flex to 5 hero. So Zibe with the Veno, go to Palai. You've then got Ogre as well, which is Zibe classic and can flex to Pi. So in terms of draft, you can see how they're finding these 3-5 kind of pairings and then drafting it, you know, position 2, position 3 in the draft slot to try and get through picks. So now that I see the Lifestealer, you probably would argue that obviously Ogre will, you know, be in the 5 role because in the lane he doesn't really do anything to pressure Lifestealer. But just in draft philosophy, this is something that they are kind of bringing to this type of game, all these games. Dendi here though, like when you give Dendi last pick, this was the issue of Bait last time, right? We got to the end of the draft and gone, they need this hero, but then you list Dendi's like hero pool and you're like, well,
not
AA mid, like, you know, it's like it doesn't feel like I got that value. Maybe, I guess in this game you could argue Puck could be really good for them, just because again it's another vessel for the Lifestealer. The early call against Void could be kind of game destroying, but then again you're very scared to the egg and the overall team fight. But I think Puck could be a okay.
The Pugna ban was really nice from Bait. I would have liked to see them take it before the mag, because I just think that gives you, it just covers all your bases, because we're going over the weaknesses in the draft, sure. But ultimately, 5 men still don't have any real save. They have counter initiation, but ultimately, they don't really have the option to pick something like a Wyvern here unless they want to offlane it. But I really would have liked to see them with hard save, specifically Pugna or Wyvern.
But like the way in which like they have save in their draft though is they have so much team fight that if they're in a bad position, it's like egg, chrono, RP skewer. Like, okay, cool, we've saved our hero through just a mounting.
And this works just as well. They're going to go for the Ags build on Weaver. Very nice in lane against the Lifestealer. and you don't really ever get threatened by him. You do fear the LC a bit, but he's going to have problems of his own just because he's really their only true lockdown for Void.
Great save though. It's like, yeah, this does it ticks all the boxes. They have really activated carry, big team fight, decent lanes. Like, yeah, it's pretty scary right now.
You can't brood into mag, right?
You can Zeus though from bait. I'm not a fan of the Zeus.
I mean, okay, hang on though. They have little to no tower pressure, but now they certainly have the AoE damage. The only thing is, my one gripe with how Dendy's played Zeus in the past is that he typically plays too much for the team.
Yeah.
I want to see him go for as selfish a build as possible. I don't care if he buys a Midas, if he goes Naked Aether Lens into Octarine Core bots, whatever. I want him to be farmed. If we see him go for what I've seen in the past, like Veil, Rush Ags after,
early blink or something,
this game's just over because he's going to fall off a cliff. Yeah. He has to be able to match the net worth and pace of this Void and Mag.
It's just very scary game that Lifesteal and Natural is a hero. He has to hit creeps. Zeus can like be a defender, but like if 5 men bring everyone to the party and actually try and say we're fighting here, Dai can never really join that fight. They're basically playing off of Legion having a good lane and go from like duel, Zeus being present, Lifesteal in the meanwhile just suddenly get into 2 items, and then like, okay guys, you need to hit item like creeps to get farmed, but you can't because you've already owned the map. So I'm very scared for bait that they might be able to cling on, but I think overall this Void will just...
I didn't know you spoke Klingon.
Very talented,
whatever he was saying.
5 men all the way from both of you, I'm guessing. Then it seems very much on their side.
It's
There's too many variables here for bait.
To be fair, they had a harder to win draft in the first game. I think it all comes down to the Zeus. If you're going to last pick 22, 24 pick now, I guess it is.
So like a number deep in the 20s at this point. Yeah,
it's 24.
Yeah, well, let's get into this game, boys. Lyrical and Trent are there ready and waiting as always. Guys, first of all, I want to see if we're going to get that Pikachu to evolve into a Raichu. I want to see what background Lyrical's got. And I want to see if this Zeus is going to pop off like these guys are hoping it will if they want bait to win. But they're very much on the 5 men side.
Thank you.
Oh, no Raichu right now, but I do get to zoom on in from the other world. Oh my God, I can't handle it. I'm going to puke in here as they're just flipping me around. I don't even know what production's trying to do right now.
Well, like any good Pokemon trainer, I mean, you don't force the evolution of the Pikachu. I mean, I think we should have learned that, right? As young children watching the TV series. So it's cool, Pikachu. I choose you. It's fine. But this game, there is no Pikachu. He's not playing on either of these teams. We'll probably see him one of the other days. But for now, it's a tough game. I get what they're going for with the whole 5-man draft, right? Tons of team play. Right? And it is really hard to just get on in there as a lifestealer. But they also have a lot of cooldowns to play with as well. So we get the Egg, we got Chrono, we got RP, and you flub something or you remove one of those key aspects, then things can go wrong. Did I just Chessie and Denny were just chilling next to each other by the trees? That was pretty funny. Trying to do some ward plays, but they're just going to break off now and go block their lanes. So, I agree, though. I do favor 5-man's draft. I think it's easier to play, but I can also see how Bait can win this one with a lot of assassinations.
Assassinations from the Bait boys, getting those dual victories, making things work for themselves. It does look like it's going to be 3 runes for 1. Not bad. A little sneaky action going on. I'm really curious how Chrysalis is going to do this game. I almost did it again. God dang it. Because I feel like Lifestealer as a hero has just kind of gone through so many different changes, and it feels just like integrally different to how he functioned before. And I don't even know if it was a good matchup before against Faceless Void to begin with.
No, it was definitely not a good matchup before. And I still don't think it's a particularly great matchup. I mean, they picked one of the carries good versus the Egg for sure. They have that going for them, but they also already had Snapfire, so I don't think that's a very good pick in that regard. But it does still give them the infest potential. It's a pretty solid combo with the Legion. I feel like maybe they just saw like, oh, okay, these are good, and this is good versus that, and then we can add a Zeus, and we'll just try and kill them and run them down this whole game. But they need a really big lead because they, as was pointed out, neither team really has particularly great tower push here.
No. No, they really don't. So it feels like it's going to be getting into those later game situations that, it all comes down to initiation, vision, who they find, and that's where Zeus really, excels. Dendy's going to be able to make sure that they get good eyes on them at the start of the fight. But the flip side of that is, well, you've got a Weaver that's probably going to get an Aghanim Scepter before too long.
Maybe. I don't know. That item seems kind of trash now with the nerfs.
You think so?
600 range? It's like, oh, man. It's like, I don't have a telescope. I don't know if I even want that.
That's fair.
I mean, if you're like a snowballing core, sure, and you get to that point in the game, then yeah. And plus, when they have one source of initiation, I will say this is a particularly good game for it, so we're likely to see it. But I do think it's not like, it's no longer a go-to for every offlane Weaver, I feel like. But yeah, they have Infest dual target, so yes, please.
The other thing about it is, like, the panel was talking about this already, right? You've got Magnus and Bloodlust in this game. So much of the damage is going to come from Ace. Like, you can't afford to let him die, and they need that save to some extent at least. But I'll have to wait and see what they decide to go for here, as early goings looking fairly even across the lanes. The main one that's hurting is just this Legion. Last Hero hasn't really been able to get off to a great start against the combo of the Void and the Pile Die.
Yeah, Pile Die Ogre, eh? Tearing it up, apparently. The start of this draft, too, was like the most common 4 heroes that I've been seeing lately. It's like very common for someone to open with Phoenix, and then as we were talking about like earlier today, like some teams have been going back towards that Snapfire. It was like really common about 2 weeks ago. Everyone was like trying it again all of a sudden, and now other teams are starting to like fall off the idea once more. But then after the Snapfire, it's like, oh, I want Phoenix and Void. And it's like, oh, well, then I want Venge because it works well with Snapfire. Additional range heroes for killing the egg, and I can swap out a Chronos. So it's pretty cute stuff.
Yeah. It all fits within the context of what we've been seeing a lot recently, definitely. And I think that, you had mentioned the Venge as soon as you saw the first 3 picks. It was likely to come out. But down bottom, Last Hero going to be cookied. Looking for another bash here by Ace. They're slowed down a lot. Chased forward, Pile Die maybe in some trouble. Does have a Mango available, and with that bash, they're going to get in range, draw first blood. Pile Die gets it.
Ah, a lot of luck there on the old moment of courage.
That was unfortunate for him, definitely. You're kind of winning all 3 lanes, Trent.
One of those games, huh?
Yeah.
One of those games where you're the ones who are trying to snowball with like an early lead and are a little concerned about the mid and late game, and then things don't go well in the laning stage. That tends to not bode all too well for you.
God. And Zeus Dendy wanted to get a bottle refill, but the rune taken away, and now he's going to walk all the way home. That's kind of crazy. How much of these creeps is he going to miss?
It actually won't be that bad because of Empower.
Okay.
Chessie's the one missing creeps. Come on, Chessie. Get this.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
Yeah, see, he's good.
Okay, he makes it back in time. Nice. So good stuff there for Dendy.
Looks like Bottle Crow was never needed anyway.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back in time and tell everyone. And then the courier could actually have been used on the side lane for the first 10 minutes. What a wild idea.
Could you imagine if bottle crowing still existed with all these couriers?
You know, I think it would be funny is if they brought back the one courier. Oh my god, people would be so mad. That would be the maddest pubs of all time.
Yeah, they would.
Everyone has become so just like pampered by these couriers.
It's true.
I'm craving it, to be honest.
Just for on April Fools, they do it.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna set the message here. Unfortunately, we're a few months too late.
It's true. Misery. Yeah, he's sort of trying to bring down Chrysalis here. They managed to find the kill. Zeus only comes in a second too late. And that means that Chrysalis dies.
Well, it depends how you look at it.
That's true. Fishman. Ooh. Trying to hide away to the side, but Zibe on the case. Finds him there. Does have another Sakuchi in a second. Runs him down. Another couple punches possible, but living. Okay, they make it work. Zibe, now he's in some trouble. Pops the stick charges. Going to try and Sakuchi out of there. And with that, 5 men able to get away from him.
Yeah, there's still more tangos on Misery, too, so he should be fine. Oh, he's a salve as well, so yeah. He's not going anywhere. There was a skewer mid from Chessie, and then he was a little shy on the RP after. I'm not sure if he was going to go for a play, but then he pulled that wave around, and now he's back in behind, just cutting the wave once more. Gotcha. Trying to threaten Dendi with the RP, and that's enough to just send Dendi back. So like, yeah, I don't really feel like dealing with this right now.
He's just been out of lane and bloodlusted empowered on Magnus.
That's a lot for a, like level 7, 4 points in power.
That's crazy.
I would be worried about getting RP'd here.
Yeah. Well, they bring in Snapfire, and that keeps him away for the moment. But you can see Chrysalis now chasing down Misery. They're going to turn, see if they can get some extra damage. Still hanging on to that rage, though. Fishman, in the meantime, has a stun available if they want to use it, but not going to go for it. So that is one other interesting part about this. Like, Legion hasn't had the best time, but Ven just kind of making up for it a little bit as well by having some CS on the support. I mean, it's not great, but it's something at least. I don't know.
It's something. Well, we'll go with that. It is indeed. They are giving solo XP to last hero, right? So I guess that actually hasn't worked out that well because Ace is 6, because Pilot Eye also was giving solo XP to his core. But perhaps they can try and, at the very least, sync up with the Goops at level 6 with the Snapfires again up top there. Pressure on this tower, man. They're getting some low up here.
Yeah, dude.
Fire spirits.
I don't know. I'm getting more and more concerned. Fishman. I mean, Zibe wants to walk over here with the Sakuchi. Could just bring him down, possibly. But they're just going to keep Chrysalis low and ready to rotate in somebody later on if they want to.
Well, the thing is, there's also no rotation potential from the Magnus, really. So, unless he gets a power rune. And that allows him to be a little bit riskier in the lane as the core and the support. Whereas vice versa, they do have the threat of the Thunder God's Wrath at all times.
Everybody TPing in mid here. They're going to find Pylai die. Meanwhile, Skewer is available if they want to use it, but not going to need to. So Dendi pops the ulti, kills Pylai die. Still 3 heroes mid. Buying a lot of space across the rest of the map.
I'm surprised he died there, man. That was close.
No. Very interesting. Zeus also going for like the max farming build as they do just find a kill onto Misery up top. Fishman able to get it. Zibe does already, he's already used the time lapse, so he can't go in any that much deeper.
Probably partially off the Thunder God's Wrath too. Something to like maybe keep Misery a little bit lower on that.
Right. Kind of a cool build here too by Ace, just going straight Mask of Madness instead of picking up any boots.
Yeah, I mean he's at total freedom, right? Plus he's versus a Legion, so you're fine just right clicking all the time.
Right. Another Sakuchi heads on through afterwards. Just gonna go on back home. And the AFK jungling feels like that's a lot of what we're gonna be seeing here. 5 men. Skewer in. RP afterwards doesn't get the cookie out, and they are going to bring him down.
That's pretty sick. The mid-cookie RP. All right.
That was nice.
Probably was dead anyway with Misery rotating through, but then they didn't have to burn the Sunray.
LA die. Going to get the D ward. Go for the walk away afterwards. Dendi can't chase him down.
They're bringing the infested creep up top, too, to try and contest the bounties.
Interesting. Well, they see him. The infest comes out, and now Fishman
like, why did I come for
trouble? This? Yeah, I don't know, man. That was a tough one. Fishman's dead.
Yet he lives, and then he dies again.
I'm just gonna kill the illusion too. Yeah, they're getting everything they want. Like, what's going good right now for Bait?
Well, they've gotten some kills. It's not like a total stomp, at least. I mean, yeah, they're not really that valuable because all of it's, for the most part, being infused onto the Zeus. Their levels are okay. They haven't used their duel yet. So they, it kind of feels like game 1 again, where last hero is going to have to play Slardar and create a bunch of kills with Dendi. I mean, we're basically at that same thing, right? Where it looks like the carry matchup's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I guess this carry matchup looked a lot better in game 1 because they had the Terrorblade, but now it's at least like quite a bit worse. So you need to do even more heavy lifting with these heroes, and they're going to try now. They, again, have the kisses. They've got Dendi. They want that big target of Ace, but man, he is tough, and he knows it.
I'm also, I mean, maybe I'm just not as super used to Zeus anymore. Is this the skill build that we've been seeing more often than not? 4-1-3?
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I'm not even sure last time I got to see a Zeus mid, so I don't know. With all the changes to the Arc Lightning, I think that you do max it, so probably.
Okay.
So they jacked up the mana too, right?
Double bash, into another bash, into Chrono, into Dead. Oh no. Oh no. And now they kill Fishman also. Back towards mid. They're also taking the tier 1 tower, and Crystallize might be in trouble. They have RP back up if they want to go for it. But Chessie is just going to wisely back away. Damn, dude.
Well, I appreciate the effort on going for that hero, but unfortunately directly under his tier 1 tower, probably not the best call.
Unreal.
And even, so there's going to be so many rotations too. Like, that's a very tough one without like a full-on infest attack or something. Even that's going to be tough. As Zive, he's just right in here harassing the Lifestealer, trying to get him rid of his Ancients.
This is just like, dude, I'm farming. Leave me alone. Let me get out of here. Meanwhile, down bottom, last hero TP's in to death. Pylai Dai has another stun in a second. Constant and unrelenting bashes back towards mid. Dendy is going to die also. Chessie trying to back away from this. They've still got the Lifestealer infested in. Doesn't have Skewer anymore. So this looks like it is going to be finally Chessie being brought down. But it comes at the price of 4 heroes. Just absolute devastation.
I mean, Pylai Dai is a higher level than last hero.
Oh my god, so they just stole a creep from him. What a bastard. Oh man, that's great. Now he's just forcing him to come in and rotate. Like, I mean, Lifestealer can't do anything to him.
Can his team? Like, they have to duel him, pretty much.
Unbelievable.
Oh, think of how much he's laughing. He's probably skittering just like a Weaver.
He's just stealing all of the creeps. Chrysalis is so angry. Oh my god. Jump in. Now they find the Venge yet again. Well, Cookie looking for the duel. They got him. This is a big one. They needed this kill badly. And it looks like they will be able to get it. Much needed.
5 men already have a signature move. It's the what are you doing over aggression? Just like, well, you don't have Chrono. And like, you know that they have one thing they're trying to do. And that's duel and lightning bolt and ultimate your Phases Void. That's it. That's their one goal in life. And somehow you just find a way to make it happen.
Yeah.
It's like, but yes, I have to clear out their Ancients. My Weaver is messing with their position 1, but what if someone else hits them?
Right.
He's body blocking the camp.
Dude, Zive is like the ultimate. He's got his ice pants on.
Yeah, he does. This is... I just need to leave only the small centaur.
Right. Oh, he's going to do it, you know. Oh, no, he's not. He's going to farm it up.
He's still a core player. Come on.
Yeah, that's fair.
Can't help himself. It's not his fault.
Leave nothing
just
behind.
The way they are.
Oh. It is a 6,000 gold lead here at 14 minutes in. And I'm not sure. I guess you just need to make another play around.
Smoke with duel. Woo!
Yeah, they got the Blink Dagger now. That's something.
Yeah. Let's go. Where's Faceless Void? I'm coming. Oh, he was going to go BKB, but Ace, the big brain that he is, says, wait a second. If they're going to duel me every time, I could just buy Lincolns. Ooh, the lightning bolt hit the smoke up top, but they've already lost the Phoenix. No egg for you.
Pipia? Ace decided not to finish the Lincoln Sphere yet, but he does find last hero. Jump forward, Chrono, gonna land on a several. Chessie pushes him into it afterwards. Nice play indeed.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Up in the top left of the screen, you'll find a little arrow. Feel free to click it down in the bottom right now. Moving forward, this color coordination with a disconnect. That's a pretty top tier place right there. Oh, Jesse,
that was really well done. Yeah, 5 men. They've started to really get rolling now.
How about how he didn't just Chrono the Legion walking up the stairs? Like, it was beautiful.
God damn. And now straight into Roche afterwards. I mean, they don't have Chrono, but they still have RP, and Magnus has a Blink Dagger. And right now for bait, it's like, what do you do? God.
This boy has a 16-minute mass Lincolns.
Yeah.
And 1,100 gold.
Yeah. I don't know what you do at this point. Like, now he's got Aegis. They're just going to run at him. Fishman gets the D ward. And they're thinking about chasing. They have all the vision in the world. And instead, taking the safer route, heading up top, going to take down that tier 2 tower.
The best part is you think about how Zibe's been playing this game, and he's still above any hero on the Dire. And he was just kind of being a nuisance.
Yeah. Solar Crest done, going back for the Aghanim Scepter next. And then really, like, what are you going to do is bait? I mean, I guess they've got ways to break Lincolns with, like, the Arc Lightning and stuff, but I don't know. It's tough. If you're that close to the Void, you're probably going to die. Mid lane, Fate, trying to take the tower. Trying to do what they can. Ace chasing, looking for the slowdown. Manages to get the time dilation onto Venge, but nobody else nearby enough.
Top tower has fallen.
The thing is, he's really scary, too. He's got the Empower. He's got Bloodlust. He hits really hard. Hey, they got Philosopher's Stone. They do need that on bait.
There you go.
Is that Dendy? Can he use that to get his Ags, maybe?
I mean, it sounds better than the Ocean Heart.
Well, I mean, is there anything that's not?
Right?
Dire's courier has been
Alright, they wanted to go there, realized that there could be a ward in the area, but they miss on the call. So they won't be able to get the D ward, it looks like. They miss another sentry ward, just splitting uprights, and they managed to find one there. Wait, but they didn't... Oh no, they placed an observer ward. Oh god. Alright, so they placed 2 sentries, didn't hit one, and then they also placed an observer ward underneath the ward.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Up top
was
there by the O-post. Yeah, that's rough. They were really all on the same page this time.
Yeah.
And now Misery's going to get the Ob Sentry, and Pie's going to get the other Obs, and they're just going to be depressed.
Dude, all of the vision is gone. Everything.
Hey, whoa. There's one ward
Yeah? Okay.
down in the Radiant Jungle.
Down their bottom.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Okay. Where do we go now? It's 10,000 gold
RP
lead.
Dendy.
RP Dendy.
Oh,
Let's
he
see
just
it.
wants the Blink Skewer. He doesn't even want to RP him.
If I get there. But can clear out these waves if he wants. Well, missed a little bit there on that one. Meanwhile, up top, Pile Die brazenly farming a creep wave with nobody near him at all.
What about the
They
same thing for
find
last
the
hero?
Legion.
He gets chronoed.
They got him off to the side, charging up those bashes, charging them up. Waits till the end, and then gets them all onto him. Nice mustache.
I mean, it's not actually to play without the bashes anyway, but still.
Yeah.
Well, Crystallis, likewise, you know, Pilot Eye's doing his thing. Crystallis is just like, well, there's only one place that's safe for me to farm.
Oh no. Courier's
Oh, the
gonna
Orchid.
cross over.
Nice.
Okay. A little something, something. He gets dance pants on.
And he puts his
Meanwhile-
Echo Saber back together.
Oh god.
All right, well, I'll wait 2.5 minutes, I guess.
Zibe is off to the side, and they're going to get him. So they take down another. Dendy left completely alone. Maybe infest inside of him. Duel onto the Weaver. RP onto both. Oh, it's a lot of damage out. Time lapse afterwards. Triple kill for Ace. This man's a monster. Give him the rampage or steal it, Chessie. That's what you can also do. Unreal. They just really do not care right now. They are so far ahead.
Yeah, it's for good reason. Well, what a evolution of 5 men throughout this series. It looks like this is kind of what we were expecting from these players in Game 1.
Yeah.
No? They're slowly just kind of getting into things, making less mistakes. Now they're just making pretty much no mistakes here.
Is this
They
been a
still made
perfect
one,
game from
actually,
them
but
here?
still. What?
Almost.
Nah, remember Ace just came over here and died.
Oh, yeah.
We don't talk about that, though.
That's right. Fair enough. Fishman throws out the stun. Lifestealer inside of him. Chessie chasing, bashing, pulling, getting him back in closer. They blow him up. Now Crystallis tries to run away. Ace gets the heal coming in. They manage to find the duel onto the Phoenix. Didn't get Ace.
Oh,
they are
nice.
going to kill the Legion. dual victory for the Phoenix. He's got 20 dual damage, while Chrysalis is going to be able to get the Rage Runaway. All right. But it won't end up being anything more than an Aegis on Ace.
That was expiring like that very second. Whoa, that must have been close.
That's crazy.
Damn, I wonder how close that was.
That could have been big.
Oh yeah, I can look at the time log. Oh yeah, but I don't know what the initial time was. Damn.
It was close. We can leave it at
intrigue. I mean, he died to the tower. He must have been timing that.
Well, the Misery Phoenix right now has the same amount of dual damage as the last Hero Legion, which is sort of emblematic of the state of the game right now. Not necessarily indicative of like individual play, but you know, just more. It really feels like Fate haven't been able to do anything.
Yeah, their lanes went very poorly, and then their first ganks also just didn't go well. They needed those. Again, this is more like game one, where we kind of expected the problems they would face and like the tasks and how difficult it was going to be. This game looked even harder, and they were not up to it this time. Just could not convert on all the kills and the usefulness of like the mid killing machine that Dendi tried once more, much like the AA.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's you need to get those kills to make it work, and it just didn't happen.
I'm ready for Pi to Midas' creep wave. Oh, he's gonna kill this one. 5 seconds. Come on, Pi. Come on.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Leave it for the 4x, you fool. Oh, 3x. Oh. Nice. Oh, they're killing someone up top, apparently. And that's what they're showing. I don't know.
Some trouble. Swap. Stun. Control. Well, get the jump away. He's just like running into 5 heroes. Does not appear to care. Takes down 1. That means there's no swap available for the Chrono. Yeah, this is a huge problem, as he is ready to jump in and catch anybody if they feel the inclination. Angelusion's still hanging out nearby, but Chassis, doesn't quite get him there. All right, and they jump forward and get the Chrono. Dendi is gone. Now Chrysalis is also in trouble. Pulls him back in, gets the kill. RP on the side, another one. And last hero just trying to run away, does not want to be here anymore. 3 dead, a buyback from Dendi. Currently, Ace is more than double the net worth of any hero of Fate, and GG, well played is called, as 5 men are going to take it.
They put a bit of an emphatic stamp on game 3.